Have you ever found yourself lying awake at 2 a.m., your mind circling a single, painful thought, not about work, not about money, but about them? You're replaying a text message you sent 6 hours ago, the one they still haven't replied to. You're analyzing their tone from your last conversation, searching for a hidden meaning, a sign of withdrawal. Your stomach is in a knot. Your chest feels tight. You check your phone one more time, the blue light illuminating the anxiety on your face. Nothing. This feeling, this gnawing, aching, desperate need for reassurance feels like the purest form of love. We've been taught that jealousy is passion, that anxiety is intensity, that this constant preoccupation is just what it means to really care. But what if I told you that this isn't love? What if this entire constellation of painful feelings, the neediness, the fear of loss, the desperate craving for their constant attention, is not love at all, but its shadow, a toxic imposter called attachment? If you've ever felt your love for someone become your biggest source of suffering, if you feel your happiness is a hostage to their mood, their texts, their presence, then please know this. You are not too sensitive or needy. You are confusing attachment for love, and it's a confusion that costs us our peace, our sanity, and sometimes the very relationships we're so terrified of losing. We were raised on a diet of dramatic love stories, the I can't live without you narratives. But ancient Stoic philosophy, a system built not on suppressing emotion, but on achieving lasting tranquility, offers a radical, liberating truth. True love is not about frantic attachment. It is about a deep, steady, and unshakable appreciation for someone, while firmly accepting that they are not under your control. So, before we go any further, I want you to do something real. Think of one specific, recent time. 2 a.m. feeling gripped you. A time when a fear about your relationship, a fear of loss, of rejection, of not being enough, stole your peace. Hold on to that memory. We're going to unpack it together, and by the end of this, you'll have a new lens through which to see your relationships. This is your first step toward a love that liberates, rather than imprisons. Part 1. The Anatomy of Attachment. The Modern Love Trap. Let's pull back the curtain on what's really happening in our minds and bodies when we mistake attachment for love. This isn't just about heartache. It's a neurological and psychological hijacking that undermines the very foundation of a healthy partnership. First, attachment is rooted in a fundamental error of control. We fall in love with someone, and a subtle, often unconscious, shift occurs. We start to believe that this person, this external, independent, free-willed human being, is now a source of our happiness. And with that belief comes a terrifying corollary, that they also hold the power to take that happiness away. Think of your emotional state as a house. In a healthy model, your house is built on your own foundation, your values, your character, your inner peace. Your partner's a welcome, beloved guest who brings light and warmth inside. In the attachment model, you've handed the blueprints of your house to your partner. You've given them the keys to the foundation. When they are loving and present, the sun is shining. But when they are distant, busy, or simply human, it feels like the very walls are cracking. Your entire emotional stability is outsourced. I want to introduce you to Alex. Alex is a 32-year-old graphic designer, thoughtful, successful, and deeply in love with his partner, Sam. Their story is a perfect example. The trigger. Sam has to go on a week-long work trip. It's a big opportunity, and Sam is excited but stressed. The old pattern, attachment in action. The first day Sam is away, Alex is fine, but by the second day, the silence feels louder. Sam is in back-to-back meetings, and texts are brief. Alex's mind starts its script. Are they okay? Did I do something wrong? Are they missing me less than I'm missing them? He sends a funny meme. No reply. An hour later, he sends a hope. Your day's going well. Nothing. The knot in his stomach tightens. checks Sam's social media last active 20 minutes ago. The thought arrives, sharp and painful. They have time to scroll, but no time to text me. By evening, Alex is no longer present in his own life. He's scrolling through old photos, feeling a mix of longing and resentment. His peace is gone, held hostage by a read receipt. Sound familiar? This isn't a story about Alex's love for Sam. This is a story about Alex's attachment to Sam's validation. His sense of self-worth is tied to Sam's external signals of attention. The second, more insidious cost of attachment. It strangles the very love it tries to hold on to. Attachment is possessive. It operates from a place of scarcity. There's only so much love, attention, and time. I must secure my share. This neediness is a pressure cooker for any relationship. Think about it from the other side. Being loved by someone who is attached, rather than loving, feels like being constantly monitored. You feel responsible for their emotional state. You start to edit your behavior, seeing friends less, sharing your stress less, because you're trying to manage their anxiety. The relationship ceases to be a free union of two whole people and becomes a tense contract where one person's happiness is the other's full-time job. The Stoics had a brutal but beautiful term for this error: the Stoic fork. The philosopher Epictetus said, "Some things are within our control, and some things are not. Our own judgments, our values, our actions. These are within our control. The bodies, reputations, and actions of others. These are not. In love, your feelings, your commitment, your respect, your kindness. These are yours to control. Your partner's feelings, their commitment, their mood, their text messages. These are not. Attachment is the exhausting, futile attempt to control the uncontrollable. It's trying to command the ocean's tides with your bare hands. I have a challenge for you this week. It's a simple but profound act of awareness. The next time you feel that familiar anxiety spike, the one that makes you want to check their location, send a double text, or demand reassurance, I want you to pause, place a hand on your heart, feel the physical sensation of the anxiety, and ask yourself this one question: am I feeling love right now, or am I feeling fear? Just notice. Don't judge it. Love feels expansive, warm, and generous. Fear feels constrictive, cold, and needy. This moment of awareness, this emotional audit, is your foundational superpower. It's the data point that begins your journey back to yourself. Part 2. The Stoic Love Toolkit. Cultivating love without chains. Alright, so we've diagnosed the problem. We've seen how attachment, masquerading as love, creates anxiety, control, and suffocation. Now, let's build your practical, actionable, Stoic love toolkit. This is where we move from theory to life-changing relational practice. It all starts with reclaiming a single, powerful concept: your inner citadel. This was a Stoic metaphor for your mind, a fortress that cannot be breached by external events unless you open the gates. In love, your inner citadel is your self-worth, your values, and your peace. It is what you must build and protect. 1. The practice of loving detachment. It's not what you think. I can feel the resistance through the screen. Detachment. You might think, that sounds cold. That sounds like not caring. This is the biggest misunderstanding of Stoic love. Loving detachment does not mean emotional distance or indifference. It means detaching your happiness and self-worth from things you cannot control, your partner's behavior, and attaching them firmly to what you can control: your own virtue, your own response. Let's go back to Alex and Sam, but this time, let's rewrite the story with the Stoic toolkit, the trigger. Sam is on a week-long work trip. The new pattern, Stoic love in action. Alex feels a twinge of missing Sam. He acknowledges it with kindness. I miss Sam. That's a testament to the love we share. But then, he consciously brings his focus back to his own inner citadel. He thinks, what is within my control right now? I can focus on my own work project. I can go to the gym. I can call a friend I haven't spoken to in a while. He sends Sam a warm, no-pressure text, thinking of you, Hope your presentations are crushing it. And then he puts his phone away and engages fully with his own life. He isn't waiting. He is living. The difference is night and day. In the first scenario, Alex is a passive victim of Sam's schedule. In the second, Alex is the active author of his own day. He is loving Sam freely, without a covert contract that says, "I texted you, so you owe me a reply." This lack of pressure is what allows love to breathe. 2. The art of the internal reframe. Trading demand for appreciation. This is the mental switch that changes everything. Attachment says, "I need you to text me back in order to feel secure." Stoic love says, "It would be pleasant if they text me back, but my security comes from within. I choose to appreciate them when they are present, and wish them well when they are living their own life." Let me give you a real-world, modern life script. Your partner comes home from work, stressed and quiet. The old, attached you would immediately make it about you. "What's wrong? Are you upset with me? Did I do something?" Your anxiety fills the room. The new, stoic, you practices the internal reframe. You notice their stress. You think, their mood is not within my control. It is likely about their work, not me. My role is not to fix it, but to be a peaceful presence. So you say, "You seem like you've had a long day. I'm here if you want to talk about it, or we can just have a quiet evening." No pressure. You have offered love and support without demanding that they perform happiness for your sake. This is a gift of immense freedom to your partner. Let's make this real, right now. I want you to think of one low-stakes situation in your upcoming week where you can practice this internal reframe. Maybe it's when your partner is late coming home. Instead of spiraling into, "They don't respect my time," reframe it to, "Traffic is unpredictable. I will use these 10 minutes to read a book I enjoy." Maybe it's when they're on their phone. Instead of "I'm being ignored," try, "They are engaging with their own world. I will now engage with mine." Actually, say your new reframe out loud to yourself right now. Practice the phrasing. Then, if you're willing to step into this new way of being, write, "I am building my inner citadel." Hashtag Stoic Love Challenge. In the comments below, let's build a community of people supporting each other and finding freedom within love. Part 3. From needy to whole. The Stoic mindset shift for love. This final part is about the deep, internal work, the mindset shift that transforms love from a source of suffering into a source of profound strength. Because without this, these practices can feel like games. With it, they become an expression of your deepest wisdom. The Stoics believe that the goal of life is to live in accordance with virtue and nature. In love, this means accepting the nature of reality. Everything and everyone we love is temporary on loan to us. This isn't pessimistic. It's liberating. It makes every moment a gift, not a guarantee. The first major shift is to trade ownership for gratitude. Attachment seeks to own, to possess, to make permanent. Stoic love practices a deep, active gratitude for the present moment with the beloved. Right now, I want you to think of your person. Got them in mind? Now, I want you to try on this thought, inspired by Marcus Aurelius. This person is mortal. They are not truly mine. They are here as a guest in my life, for a time. This very moment with them is a gift, not an entitlement. Feel the difference. It doesn't diminish the love. It intensifies its preciousness. When you stop trying to own the river, you can finally enjoy the beauty of its flow. You stop worrying about when it might end and start marveling at the fact that it exists at all. This is the antidote to taking your partner for granted. The philosopher Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Our fear of future loss causes more pain than the actual, present moment experience of our relationship. The second shift is to become the source of what you seek. This is the ultimate power move. If you find yourself craving validation, give it to yourself. If you are desperate for appreciation, appreciate yourself. If you need reassurance, reassure yourself of your own strength and worth. Ask yourself, what is the quality I am seeking from my partner? Is it safety? Can I create more safety within myself? Is it admiration? Can I acknowledge my own accomplishments? This is not about becoming self-sufficient to the point of not needing others. It's about coming to the relationship as a whole person, not a half person searching for your missing piece. You move from a state of needing love to survive to a state of choosing to love as an expression of your abundance. This makes your love a gift, not a demand. So, I want you to ask yourself a serious, potentially relationship-altering question. If you were no longer paralyzed by the fear of losing your partner, what kind of partner could you be? Maybe you'd be more playful, because the stakes wouldn't feel so life or death. Maybe you'd be more honest, because you wouldn't be terrified of their reaction. Maybe you'd be more supportive of their dreams, because their individual growth wouldn't feel like a threat to your connection. That vision, that free, confident, generous version of you, that is your motivation. That is your why. Practicing Stoic love isn't about loving your partner less. It's about saying yes to becoming that person. Conclusion and invitation to your liberated love. So, let's bring it all home. Practicing Stoic love, distinguishing it from the anxiety of attachment, isn't about building walls around your heart to avoid getting hurt. It's the opposite. It's about building a heart so resilient, so rooted in its own worth, that it can love more deeply, freely, and fearlessly than ever before. It's about moving from being a prisoner of your relationship to being its grateful, joyful architect. Your journey starts with a single, conscious step. First, acknowledge the fear. Use the love or fear. Check it in to identify when attachment is hijacking your emotions. Second, practice the reframe. Start small with the hashtag Stoic Love Challenge. Catch your demanding thoughts and reframe them into appreciative or accepting ones. Third, shift your mindset. Remind yourself daily, I do not own this person. I get to enjoy them. My peace is my responsibility. But this isn't the end of our conversation. It's the beginning of yours. True transformation happens in community and sharing our vulnerabilities and our breakthroughs. So, I have 2 final questions for you, and I am genuinely curious to hear your answers in the comments. What is the single biggest attachment trigger for you in your relationship? Is it when they spend time with other people? Is it a difference in opinion? Is it silenced? What is one quality you would embody? More playfulness, more patience, more courage. If the fear of loss was no longer controlling you, sharing this makes it real. Your experience is a powerful lesson, and it will undoubtedly help someone else listening feel less alone in their struggle. If this conversation resonated with you and you're ready to trade anxious attachment for a love that is both deep and free, here's how you can take the next step. Hit that like button. It tells the algorithm that this is meaningful content and helps us reach others who are suffering in the name of love. Subscribe to the channel if you want more practical guides like this on Stoic living, modern relationships, and emotional mastery. I'd be honored to have you here. Share this with one person you care about. Maybe it's that friend who is also on the roller coaster of anxious love. Send it to them with the message. This reframed everything for me. Thought. You should see it. Thank you for investing this time in your heart and your relationships. Remember, a love that feels like a chain is not love. A love that feels like coming home to yourself. That is the real thing. Your future self and your future relationships. Well, thank you for this. I'll see you in the next one.